5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome back, SRM. Hope you're ready to see me a lot today, because that's what we're doing. Great. This is Ztar Tech 2, not Star Takeover. Freaking, what's the title? The Blast of the Past. Hack released by Gale in 2018. The follow-up to Ztar Tech 1. What is going on with my angles right now? Alright. Lock in. But yeah. This is what's known as a linear style hack, where basically the focus is, instead of large open-ended course, well, large open-ended, they don't have to be large, but you know, open courses, these are kind of more structured, like, you know, a tunnel or an obstacle course, pretty much. Where the goal is to get from point A to point B, and along the way we collect some stars. In this instance, the stars act more as checkpoints. If you get a star, then you will respawn approximately where that star was in the level. If you were to die or exit, or whatever. It's not a great 1-1. Had a better 1-1 in practice. It's fine. But yeah, this is 90 star Warpless. This is the 100% category. In which we will go to every world and collect every star. Ain't that neat? So yeah, 1-2 is kind of your average underground level. This game also has a great collision. I should probably mention. Nice little skip you can do there with the first T. Skips a little bit of climbing. But yeah, first world starts off pretty easy. Not a ton happening. Levels are pretty short in World 1, so it's a good beginning. It's a chill beginning. But yeah, basically the lore is that the Mushroom Kingdom is getting attacked by Bowser, and so Mario is once again sent to defeat the old turtle guy. But yeah, Bowser's trying to harness the power of the Ztars to conquer the Mushroom Kingdom. And yeah, we're gonna stop him, because we're just that cool. But yeah, this despite being called Ztar Tech 2, this is kind of a prequel in the lore, being the first game chronologically before the original Z8/Z Ztar Tech rebooted, and the other spin-offs in there, like Escape from the Jail and Force Routes and all that stuff. Cyclone Fighter, which Cyclone Fighter already kind of had the structure that this hack did, with the more linear levels and checkpoint stars, but specifically 2.0 did. Which I believe Cycling Fighter 2.0 is what led to the structure of this hack being made the way it was. mostly a test for checkpoint system, okay. Yeah, so... There's definitely a strong connection between Cycling Fighter and Ztar Tech 2. So yeah, I touched the first the first water thing. I probably shouldn't have. Could have moved a bit further without time to swim. Whoops. But yeah, would it shock you to know that this also happens to be one of my favorite ROM hacks of all time? It's quite enjoyable. And I hope I can pull off a little bit of movement here and there. A little rusty because I haven't seriously ran this since League 2024, but yeah, I'm still trying. Oh well, it's fine if I end up going slightly over estimate. Make it for it in Star Wars 3, I promise. But yeah, this is basically the way each regular world is structured is there's 4 levels and the 4th one is kind of a fortress type thing. So kind of like Blooming Blossoms earlier, except Blooming Blossoms had 4 regular levels and then a castle level. And it also had warp levels per world. This game does have warps. We're not going to be using them because the category is called 90 Stars Warpless. But even if we were to use them, they just wouldn't be fast for this category. Only really helpful in the 90% category. But yeah, there are warps in this game, and they act pretty similar to the ones in Blooming Blossoms, except you don't get an extra level for finding the warp zones. You just, you know, you just go. Nothing extra. But yeah. Usually the way this is structured, 3 regular levels and then the castle level, which is X-4. You know, it's 1-4, and then World 2 will be 2-4, and so on and so forth. Up until World 5, which has 5 levels, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm gonna do a little bit of BLJ here, because that's fast. Don't kill me. Whee! Super slide kick. Let's go, Warp Zone Warriors. Alright, boss fight incoming. For the World 1 and 2 bosses, we just get keys. No stars, but Worlds 3 and 4 we do actually get a star for beating the bosses. Yeah, just a wiggler with decent amount of fire. Don't get hit and everything's fine. It's pretty easy. Ouch. So see, like, don't get hit like that. Yeah, but yeah, that's World 1, pretty simple stuff. And now we're going on to World 2, the desert world. With Speedy Gonzales music, which at first I heard this in a bootleg of said Speedy Gonzalez game called Sonic the Hedgehog 4 for Super Nintendo. It was weird, let me tell you. But enough about me. What about the game? I'd say it's pretty alright. It's it might get a little harder eventually to try and do proper commentary the further I get into the run, because this is not a... It's very easy to mess up when you're commentating at the same time. And even then, like, it's still just easy to mess up in general. Okay, we take that tornado to go over this huge gap. And then headed to the end of the level right here. So yeah, nothing too awful. Nothing too awfully important, I guess, in 2-1. But 2-2, we're actually gonna get a little bit of a skip here. You'll see in just a bit. You go on top of this, line yourself up, and then you jump on top of this. You can go on this slope and go on top of the level. Skips a little platforming section over there. Was not expecting that good of a bounce. Whoopsie. Be careful, don't want to die. Didn't collect any stars yet. Doesn't mean restarting the whole level from the beginning, which is kind of bad. But thankfully, star number 1 is here. And star number 2 is not close, or not too far behind. Oh yeah, also, if you collect 50 coins, you get a 1-up in this game. Which is pretty neat. You also get burned by this flame. It's pretty neat. Ow. Yeah. There's a little thing you can do in just a moment. I'm not sure if I'm going to remember how to do it. Yeah, not really. Whatever. Didn't get wet at least. And I think I'm supposed to go around down up there and climb up the slope to avoid doing this little rigmarole with this platform. There's a few parts in this game where we have to deal with cycle-based platforms like that one. Usually we want to avoid those because that's slow. The 2-3 Pipe Palace. Pretty chill underground level, I guess. There's gotta be another pretty neat little skip after I get the next star. This is a very reset heavy stage in any percent also. Should probably mention. Could deal with these flip platforms. I prefer not to. I think wall kicks are more consistent. You know, I prefer to deal with my own hands being jank rather than Kaze jank. Yeah, just do a couple wall kicks here. This hack does have the 45-degree wall kick patch added in the latest update, which makes some stuff like that possible, and that's pretty cool. This is one of those ROM hacks where it's like it didn't initially have the 45-degree wall kick patch, but its addition honestly just adds to the gameplay, like way more than it detracts from it, which is not what I can say about some Star Avengers. So yeah, whole shell section over there. And we're heading to the end of the level pretty soon. Do just a bit more platforming. Ooh, maybe don't do that. Got a little greedy there. So turn the camera the wrong way. Yeah, 2-4. We're actually gonna play this level a bit out of order, in the sense that we're gonna get a later star earlier than we're supposed to, then play the level normally, and then at some point drop down to basically the end of the level. Might look a little trippy, but it is faster. So by using this bomb here and praying that it works. Okay, it didn't. I did not need to talk to this ball bomb. I keep forgetting. We're not gonna need that cannon. I'm just a little dumb right now. It's any percent. Any percent muscle memory kicking in. But yeah, that was star 4 out of 5 in this level that I just got. So now we're gonna go for stars 2 and 3, and then after star 3, gotta do a little thing called a funny cheese. I mean, that was already a pretty funny cheese, but this one doesn't require any glitches. Glitch-free, fat-free, gluten-free cheese. Yeah. Some more platforming on these poles. I'll say the platforming can get a little awkward at times with the way the levels are angled. But for the most part, it's pretty manageable. Again, I think this game's worst flaw is the collision. It can be rough at times. So yeah, you can just drop down here, and that's what we would need the cannon for, normally. But yeah, I can just do that. And theoretically skip the cannon opening cutscene. And yeah, Star 5 and the boss fight is coming up. With one IROC. You can also hear Bowser very far in the distance, which is very funny. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay close to the hands so that they don't do anything funny. Mostly to make their pattern 100% consistent. Because if you stand close enough to the hands, they just do this slam thing with the fist. I don't think I really need to show that, but you know. Can't go wrong with a little bit of visual explanation. So yeah, World 2 done, onto World 3. Which, technically, I think World 4, doing World 4 first is faster, but, let's go to the beach, you know? Also because 3-1 is kind of not a great level. Because there's a big part where you gotta be on platforms with cycles and shit. It's awesome. By awesome, I mean dreadful. I mean, ideally, just don't fall in the water. I'm gonna be fine, but you never know. I could be taking this a lot less safe if I wanted to, but okay. Not gonna go all hours, and in fact, it usually does. But let's be glad it didn't. So yeah, the usual beach world kind of, but not really, because this also makes the forest world kind of like in New Super Mario Bros. 2. I'm sure some of you might know what I'm talking about. Alright, so now that I've collected this star, I'm going to not play more of this level right now and exit course. And I will go to the level select because, as it turns out, we were doing all that path for a cannon to unlock the way to the end of the stage, but that's slow. I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to go to the level select, go back in the 3-1 door, that is right here, and instead of opening the cannon and stuff, I'm just gonna be on my way. And you might be wondering, well, how are you gonna get past the cannon if you can't if you don't have the cannon open? Well, that cannon hole is pretty tight, which means we can do a funny BLJ. Maybe? Okay. There we go. And yeah, that is just the end of the level right there. You call it Warpless, despite the fact Mario clearly goes through warps. Well, there's a debate to be had about the level select being a warp zone or not. Missed. You can clip through that gate if you just jump into it, yeah. Oh, funny. Oh yeah, underwater temple kind of deal here. We're about to do a funny clip in a bit here. Involving a truck, yeah. Come here. Come here. Right, and now we clip through this here wall, and boom. We're down to a later part in the level. Normally you have to do a little bit of platforming to activate a switch to open up a path and then do some more swimming. But I can also just not do that, which is cool. Unfortunately, I have to wait because I can't break boxes underwater. Not without a bomb or a box at least, which I have access to neither. So there's that. Alright. 3-3. 3-3 is a bit of a toughie. This is kind of where the game's difficulty starts to ramp up. It is. You can lose runs here more often than a sane person would like to. But it does have banger music. That's true. This is absolutely one of the best tracks in the game, if not the best. Any percent. If you mean regular any percent, no. But it is in Warpless, at least, as we go to World 3. Because funny story is, to unlock World 5, we can either go through World 3 or World 4. It's kind of like how the original New Super Mario Bros. On DS had the split worlds thing. Except, you know, you don't have to beat a boss with Mini Mario this time to get to the overworld. You can just do the other world. You can just do it. I'm gonna be a little quick here because these boulders, they are not gonna wait for you. They're just gonna roll, and you gotta avoid them because otherwise they're gonna be very annoying to deal with. That's 3-3. Not super long level, but a bit scary nonetheless. So now 3-4, factory level. I'm gonna be starting right here with a no block glitch. Knights, see up, man. Don't click through the level. If I can manage to press B on the frame I land on the no block with enough speed, I'm gonna get a bunch of upwards momentum like that. Which granted, with the time this took me, probably could have just not intended. Would have been faster, but it's not cool, damn it. Yeah. King Bomb is the boss fight here. It's gonna be a bit until we get to that, but yeah. The same King Babamba appears later in the lore. He's the main antagonist of Escape from the Jail, which is another one of Gale's hacks. Was remade by Agalad, called Escape from the Jail Definitive Edition. Isn't Realm Hike Lore just so neat? There's a momentum thing you can do with that womp there sometimes. I'm not good at it, I always fail it. If Andrew was running this, he'd probably get it. Andrew's the Z2 guy. Not confident he's gonna make it into, yeah, no. Yeah, a little bit of a fun slide here. Hey! Grab that star, activate the switch. And gonna try a little bit of skip here. Okay, nice. These walkers can be a little tricky, but they save a little bit of time. Not a ton, but a little bit. Yeah, King Bomb. Just avoid the fire, avoid the lava, don't get hit. I apparently threw the king early enough that he did his beginning like step again. It's funny. Yeah, just jump over him. And then boom. Pretty easy fight. Nothing nothing too difficult. Great boss music, yeah. The music selection in this game is quite good. So yeah, I'm activating the switch and immediately exiting course because I'm going to World 4 now. And it's a little faster to do this, I'm pretty sure, than it is to climb out of the World 3 entrance over there, all the way to here. So yeah, 4-1. Pretty cool. Well, pun not intended, but pretty cool level. Pretty short as well. Only 2 stars here. This is the only regular level in the game to only have 2 stars past 2-1. which you can still argue that's like a beginning stage, but you know. I guess it's not like that short, but you know. If we're going by stars, then yeah, this would be one of the shortest levels. I just run under those. Because if you jump, they burn you and that hurts. Yeah, level's almost done already, yeah. Yeah, pretty chill level. Again, pun unintended. But yeah, 4-2 is next, and it's a bit more meaty level. Even though we're gonna do some skips here and there. Because playing the game intended is for... it's for not speedrunners. And I'm not a speedrunner, alright? Well, except if I do that. Just getting the tiniest angle with D-pad right, and then BLJ through this. Here. Alright, well, I tried to do the fast thing. Didn't exactly work. Whoops. That's my bad. Oh, you get to see the sewers at least. I had to go for it, you know? Because sometimes you can keep the speed after the BLJ and then kick over that huge gap. And it does save quite a bit of time if you manage to do it properly. But falling down isn't too much. Too awful slow compared to the backup, which is either a firsty, which is almost as fast as the BLJ itself, but it's also like very precise, or if you use a fly eye in that section, which is slightly higher. And I have to kick if you have giga speed, yeah. I don't know. I feel like usually there's no reason to not go for the kick anyways. Nice chandelier. But yeah. Now that we unlock the cannon and stuff, we can go to the end of the level. That's right, we're going to the end of the level because some might have 6 stars, but I don't want to get 4 right now, you know? I have time for all these stars. Is what I would say if I was skipping them, though. I'm gonna do a little something here. Getting last star. Which, you know, right here, this is the door to 4-3. We're gonna keep that on hold for a little bit. Right now the plan is hop out of here. There we go. Almost got the cramp on the star, that would have been cool. You know what, that's fine. I need to take some damage here. Because right after grabbing this star, which is the last star in this level, we're going to die. And I'm gonna use that to my advantage to go to the end of the level right then and there. Because the way checkpoints work is it's always going to save the furthest checkpoint that you got. So basically, imagine a level with 5 stars and you get star 4, but you haven't gotten any of the previous 3 stars. If you die, you're going to spawn at checkpoint 4, or at star 4, but if you then get star 2, for example, you're not going to spawn where star 2 is, you're still going to spawn where star 4 is. Imagine a bus. And the bus knows your position or something, I don't know. A little bit of a tricky bomb clip here, actually. Yeah, that's bad angle. Let's try that again. It's a bit of a tricky bomb clip. Normally this avoids getting a bomb that was further down that path where I got the star. Yeah, it does have quite a bit of time though, so I believe that was still just a tiny bit faster than doing intended. Yeah, hard bomb clip. There's a couple setups you can do for it, which can increase your consistency. Personally, I like the thing I do with the quick C up and C left adjustment. Was the pipe blow? Yeah, it was probably too shallow to notice. Missing a speed kick, man. That's cringe. Oh yeah. 4-4. Ice cave. At the end of this level, we're gonna be fighting King Womp. That switch being in the wall was always kind of odd to me. I don't know why Gale did that. That feels like a Master's Challenge thing to do. Not, you know, Z2. Yeah. So very cool invisible wall there. When I said the collision in this game was a bit rough, I mean it. It's a bit of a problem if you don't get that. It's a little better. Very careful with that truck, yeah. Wouldn't want to die right next to a star now, would I? Yeah. skip incoming. Maybe, I don't know. God, fuck's sake, man. They locked me in a maze. Yeah, there's a BLJ you can do here to skip the maze. Can I, like, find the right way? Maybe had too much angle, honestly. Try this. Yeah, that works. Good enough. King Womp. Ow. Anybody else, you know, really concerned? I'm pretty sure that Womp, I can't remember, it might have had more hits in an earlier version. I might be thinking of a Star Revenge, where the Womp was nerfed. But yeah, if you activate either the grin, the grin, if you activate either the green or blue switches, you gotta warp to World 5 like that. But yeah, in our case we only need one. Don't need to activate both. But yeah, World 5, Lava World. Alright, another skip incoming here. If we can grab the star first of all. I'm gonna do a BLJ on this here pillar. Which, by the way, according to the laws of gravity, this should not like work, but... And according to the laws of, you know, gameplay, that should not have done that. This is maybe a little bit too far though, right? That's not usually how you fail as a BLJ. That's almost a soft lock. Alright, please, man. Please, man. Please? Man? Alright. Impossible BLJ. This isn't how you're supposed to fail this trick. Alright, that's better. I almost died anyways. Alright, yeah. It's still a lot faster than what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do a whole ass detour on another path and activate a blue switch like that. Quite low, yeah. Camera's kind of bad. Alright, take a scan in here and straight to 5-2. Right after getting the star. But yeah, the sewers, and you know what song we're gonna hear? Discolored Madness, baby! I think there's a little skip you can do there to avoid that whole platforming section. But I forgot. Not to mention Night of Doom. That's not my fault, everybody else does. People like Night of Doom, what can I say? I need to get a little bit closer to the screen because I can't see what I'm doing in this level otherwise. Because there's parts like this where there's like holes in the grill. Not as though I'm the only hack to ever use this song. This is actually true. Can do a little bit of corner physics there to bounce on that skeeter and go on the platform without falling in the water. Pretty cool. Gotta be abusing 45-degree wall kicks here to avoid pressing the blue switch here. Right there. Be very careful jumping on this bamboo, I think. Or is it coral? I don't know. It's hard, so I'm calling it bamboo. Okay, nice. Didn't fly off the slope when I got on it, because that tends to happen. You can mitigate that by kind of hugging the wall, but even then sometimes you're still just gonna bounce out. Coming up to the end of the level here, just one last skip. If I can get it. God damn it. These walkers are a little tricky, makes sense. There you go. Avoids having raise the water level and stuff. $69. Alright, last Bazarus. This can be a pretty confusing stage. Although, interestingly enough, this is more confusing in 80% Warpless, I would say, than it is in 90 Star. And, unfortunately, we have to start off with this arch, which is quite hard. Gotta be able to judge where Mario is, kind of. Not too bad though. Get the star, and then we climb up this slope again. Because we're gonna be cheesing the hell out of this level. That part there's a bit scary. Okay, so now we go on this slope. And be careful because one wrong move here and slide all the way down to our doom. Go this slope here, get on top of this building, get the star. Which is star 3, so we're gonna get star 2 over there. Also a couple of advertisements on the billboards. Yeah, it's a city lava level kind of hybrid. By side flipping the left edge of this fence, you can just do that. You can clip through it. And again, we're gonna do more cheesing here to skip having to unlock these blocks. If you walk where those windows are, yeah, that's gonna happen. Want to avoid that. This level also has some of the most egregious collision issues of with this game, unfortunately. With the worst case coming up in a bit, if I can get this DLJ to skip the last part of the level. And now it's just running up to Bowser's Castle. So yeah, these gaps here in the floor, in the road, are very notorious for having bad invisible walls. Which is why I'm trying to avoid this as much as I can, even though my movement kind of made it so that I didn't. That's fine. It's a lot worse in Warpless, where it does actually, like, matter if you die. If you die in Warpless, you will lose a lot of time, because you don't get the stars, obviously, and so you don't get the advantage of checkpoints. But yeah, Bowser's Castle featuring Sonic Advance 3 Chaos Angel music. An absolute treat to the ears. Yeah, it's starting off with the bomb clip here, and I'm just gonna let you enjoy the song for a little bit. The goal is to do a BLJ here to clip past that gate. Yeah. Just gotta make sure we don't get too much speed and stick close to the wall when we go down that slope. Because otherwise we get flung and we lose our speed. Which is bad. See, as much as I like the Tetris music here, I feel like this is one of those instances where it's like, I feel like there should have been no shell music. Because this, again, this is one of, if not the best track in this game, in my opinion. It just works. Now, am I biased because I also happen to like Sonic music? Maybe, but let's be frank here, who doesn't like Sonic music? Yeah, that was jank. Alright. Getting star numero 4 here. And we're gonna do the thing again where we don't play the level. back to the level select. Try to do a couple slight kicks here and be just a tiny bit faster. Yeah. Go back to the beginning, and we're gonna do a little bit of a funny clip with the bomb. Some sort of bomb clip, but instead of grabbing the bomb this time, I'm gonna let the bomb push me. To this area. This does actually skip some pretty hard platforming, so that skip is very much appreciated. I think Andrew said it was about as fast as intended. But yeah, I'm gonna play safe. Could go for the stupid BLJ here, but I'm just not gonna do that. I feel like it. Also because I know the schedule is not on the greatest. It's not the greatest it could be right now, so I'm gonna try and be reasonable. You might have also seen there was a star there. We'll get that later, don't worry. Right now we're gonna do some of the hardest Bowser throws in a ROM hack of all time. Like, these Bowser throws are genuinely like one of the hardest parts of this run. Okay, one missed throw, that's not bad, honestly. This fight can go a lot worse. We're back here. Finally get the star, and yeah, 5-5, the final boss. And also any percent and any percent Warpless runners' worst nightmare. Because doing this fight fast is fucking hard. Because not only do you have to kill all these boos, you also have to avoid a bunch of invisible walls. Which makes this part of the run insanely nerve-wracking. You probably saw that already. And as I hit for a couple frames. That's fine. Alright. Let's calm down. Alright. Not bad, not bad. The worst part was the smaller boo kills. Yeah, again, that fight can go a lot worse than it just did. It's very nerve-wracking in actual runs. Especially shorter categories, where that's the last thing you do in the run. But yeah, we're gonna collect that Peach Star here, and since we unlocked something with the wing cap switch, I forgot I need to go to level select. That's my bad. Oops. Whoopsie. Yeah, the checkpoints stay, so if you want to go from the beginning of a level, you're gonna have to go through level select. But thankfully, it's one of the fastest levels to access because it's World 1 and it's right at the beginning of that area. So potentially the worst star in the game, right here, the 100 coin comet. Basically 1-1, but most of the floor is lava, and you gotta collect 100 purple coins. I just want the extra height from that switch, I don't know. It's a rather long star. And let me tell you, if you die here, you're gonna be very angry. Because again, the star... Okay, fine, I'll get that later. How much to say here? I just gotta like survive and get the coins and stuff like that because I am Super Mario. Get on the box here for a little extra height. You don't have to do this. I just prefer doing that. Mainly because I wanted to get that right out of the way. Gotta be careful, some pretty nasty invisible walls in this section also. Once again, if I die here, that's a lot of time lost. Yeah. These are the bonus levels, you know, challenging stuff for the most part. You're gonna see one thing that's basically not challenging at all, but it'll be fine. Careful. So now we're gonna go back to the earlier area, collect this red coin, or purple coin on the way, and probably collect the other one that I missed. Look at this one. And that's about it for this level. Yeah. Not that interesting, and pretty frustrating, but that's probably the lowest Z8 you can get. But yeah, the super quiz. No thank you. So in the most recent update, you can just skip this entire quiz, which is very funny. But it does also save like two and a half minutes, I think, around that much because you don't have to answer all the questions. There are 12 questions. You can just skip all that and just get the star for free. And instead, if you do the quizzes in this version, you get a bunch of extra lives. But yeah, here it goes, the final level, Gale's Dream. This one's a toughie, and you might be wondering why I paused and why that number in the bottom left corner first of all appeared and second of all went up. That's a pause counter. And the funny quirk about this level is every time you pause, you basically set a save state. And if you press L, you can load that state. This is basically an excuse to have a somewhat Kaizo level at the end of the game. But not making it too inaccessible for regular players. Which I quite like, honestly. And it's also funny because it's one of those hacks that did the thing where it has a really hard level at the end, and every hack that followed it tried to do the same thing, kind of, but it also didn't have in-game save states, so it just ended up being an unfair difficulty spike. See, this is more reasonable. Granted, the save state system can be a little broken. Sometimes you can just crash after loading a state for no discernible reason. I'm sure there is a reason, I just wouldn't know what it is. But yeah, I'm trying to make sure to set states somewhat regularly, because again, if I fall off and presumably to my death, I can just load state, and that's no longer a problem. It's fine. Movement's like so not great. Yeah, Koopa just does a couple laps around here. Damn, that was a lot of times where I got it. Like the frame perfect thing where you do the breakdance and it plays the sound effect, but you don't actually breakdance because it's like the frame in between. State now. Second half of the level, we have secrets to collect, and it'll start at the end. Careful there, there's a nasty invis. Hit that earlier. Nasty Goomba also. And this is why we set save states kind of often. It's very easy to brain fart sometimes. You're just, the game decides you're done. In that case, that was more of a brain fart. Could have reacted better, but Thankfully, that's not a big problem. That. Thank you. But yeah, this is Gale's Dream. I forgot to mention. It's exactly what you think it is. It's kind of a TD type level with set pieces from the previous levels / worlds. And except it's a lot greener. Punch cancel. Right, last part of the level incoming here. You can level bounce around this wall to get to this secret. You take a level bounce also, it's very nice. It's not ideal. Usually I would like having health. Ah, cool, cool. Where's my... Cool. Fuck's sake, Man. It's too late for me to press the L button. Saving the schedule as usual. Yeah. A bit of an oopsie. Hoping it doesn't take too much longer. Just don't be dumb, alright? Just don't be dumb. Play the game correctly, alright? How about that? Doesn't sound too hard. Nice one. Can't get the long jump, man. Yeah, there you go. Do that, that's better. Don't. Okay. So if I didn't die there, this would have been the end of the level. And one last trick up my sleeve. There we go. And get those 2 stars. You might see that my star counter hasn't increased technically, but if I get this last star here, the MIPS, which spawns only after getting 89 stars, you'll see that my star counter is actually at 90, and that's time. Hoping that wasn't too tight. Kind of tried to drill in this game quickly. Yeah.